What's cracking YouTube? My name is Neckpunch, and the hype train has definitely left the station when it comes to Pokemon on the Switch. One thing I'm excited about is seeing unused type combinations get utilized, as there's still a whole lot of them. But I'm not talking about those today, because a lot of great YouTubers are doing that, and I'll leave some links in the description. See, there are also a bunch of type combinations that have been used, but that I'd be very happy to see used again. Either because I think the combination has more potential, or because it's only been used on a Pokemon that I'm probably never going to use. So today I'm looking at the top 5 type combinations that I want to see used again. Now let's kick it off with number 5, Rock Grass. This is a particularly selfish one, in that I really just love both of these types. And I really want to use the combination, but I'm just personally not that stoked with Cradily. I mean, what is this thing? Okay, it's a barnacle, I think? I don't know. It's, of all the things that we could have as rock grass, a barnacle is really, that's all we have? I just find that really difficult to square with. I mean, come on, I think a fossil rock grass type could just be so much cooler than this. The obvious one to me, I guess, is the Stegosaurus. This would be my ideal pick, you know. I love this dinosaur, and I think a Stegosaurus really lends itself well to the idea of a rock grass type. But even if not a Stegosaurus, I think there's loads of things that rock grass could give us. Number 4, Ghost Fighting. I think this is a really cool typing, and I've been waiting for a Ghost Fighting type for so long. We finally did get it in Gen 7 with Marshadow. The problem is, I mean, we got it on Marshadow, an event Pokemon. As far as I'm concerned, part of the fun is looking for and catching and raising Pokemon. So event Pokemon are just never as cool, in my opinion. I want a Ghost Fighting type that I can actually catch and have on my team and raise up. My idea is an alternate evolution to Riolu. Riolu and Lucario have this great ancient Egyptian vibe with the jackal and everything, and I think making it more like a mummy could be kind of cool, making it a Ghost Fighting type. So yeah, let's have another one. Give us another Ghost Fighting type in Gen 8. Number 3, Bug Ground. So this is a perfect example of a combination that's been used, but just never been used well. We've got Nincada, which loses it when it evolves, leaving us with Wormadam as the only fully evolved Bug Ground type. And let's be real, is anyone using Wormadam?
Really?
There are so many bugs that live on the ground or in the dirt or underground. I cannot believe that this type is not more used. I mean, we've got ants, scorpions, termites, trapdoor spiders. So my pitch is a scorpion. Not some weird scorpion-esque thing, but just a proper desert scorpion. I really want a scorpion Pokemon that looks like a scorpion, and I think a bug ground type would be perfect. Number 2, Dragon Steel. This is one of the coolest type combinations. Competitively great, gels really well. I mean, what's more metal than a dragon?
I once flies in on dragons, okay?
Dialga actually represents this combination really well. But again, similar to Marshadow, I want this on a non-legendary, on a Pokemon that's not overpowered, that you can have on your team without making the game too easy and, as a result, less fun. As an example, I think Haxorus could be a really cool steel dragon. It's already got the axes on its face, which normally are made out of metal, right? So I did a real quick mashup of Haxorus and Dialga's sprites just to see what it might look like, and the result is very promising. I think another steel dragon type would be amazing. And number 1, Electric Fire. And we've only got this combination with Rotom. I like Rotom. I think the concept of Rotom is really cool. But I just want this combination again. I want a Pokemon based on the idea of an electrical fire. An electrical fire is a fire that involves electrical equipment. The reason I think that an electrical fire could be a really cool thing to base a Pokemon on is the way that it interacts with water. Normally in Pokemon, water is good against fire, because most of the time we use water to put out a fire. But to spray water on an electrical fire is extremely dangerous because water conducts electricity, and the electrical fire is usually caused by exposed wiring or that kind of thing. So there's a real risk of being electrocuted if you spray water onto an electrical fire. And I think that could lend itself to a really interesting ability, some sort of ability where if you hit this Pokemon with water, then maybe it takes a bit of damage, but your Pokemon also gets damaged, or maybe your Pokemon gets paralyzed paralyze. Of course, it would still be weak to ground and rock, because that's the safe way to put out an electrical fire. Not by dousing it with water, but by smothering it. In terms of a design, I imagine a Pokemon that's covered in sparking wires that's caused fire. Maybe it's on fire. But that's about as far as I've gone. I guess for a visual, imagine Tangela, but imagine if Tangela was made of wires instead of vines. And now imagine that those wires are exposed and sparking and it's on fire. This is the sort of vibe that I imagine, but not as a Tangela. I don't think that makes sense. I think this exposed wires and electrical fire concept could be merged with some kind of organism to create a brand new Pokemon, but I don't know what. And this is where you come in. Let me know in the comments what you think would be a good base for an electrical fire Pokemon, and I'll see what designs I can put together. Of course, feel free to also let me know what type combinations you most want to see reimagined in the next Pokemon game and how you want to see them used. And that about wraps it up, so until next time, my name is Neck Punch. Have a good one.